Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Grieving Tarot with the 2 V's, and I'm here with another reading for you guys today. Now today's reading, it is going to be very heavy, there's going to be a lot of messages coming through. I will admit, I started crying as I shuffled these cards. Like from the first card I pulled, I started crying. So today's reading is going to be messages for those of you that are currently going through some sort of grieving. This is a timeless reading, so you can watch it, right when I post it or 5 years from when I post it. These messages are meant to find you whenever you find this video. It's going to be very, very, very heavy. I'm sorry, I keep saying that, but definitely I strongly advise, you watch this with an open heart and open mind, and really listen intuitively to the messages. Some may pertain to you, some may not. This is a general reading. And if a pile is not resonating with you, you are more than welcome to pick a different pile as well. Or you can watch all of the piles. Because, some of us, we have more than one person that's passed away in our life that we would like to get messages from. Either way, usually I would say think of a certain person, but for some reason, I'm getting this feeling that this could possibly not be a certain person for you, like the certain person that you're thinking of, but whoever comes out within that message that speaks to your heart, that's who that message is from. That's what I'm strongly feeling right now. Anyways, let's get into the piles and the stones, and then we'll get into the readings. Okay, so pile 1, we have the Rose Quartz. Pile 2, we have the Malachite. Pile 3, we have the Amethyst. All right, so go ahead and pick whichever pile you feel most drawn towards. You can watch more than one or all 3, it doesn't matter. And I will have timestamps in the description as well as the comments below, so you don't have to watch through all of them if you don't want to. Alright, so let's get into this. Alright, if you chose pile 1 with the Rose Quartz, these messages are for you. If you're currently grieving or have been through some grief and you're wanting to get some sort of messages, these messages are especially picked for you. And then this is a general reading though, so again, if it doesn't resonate with you, you can always watch more than one of these readings. All right, so the first card I drew, I started crying, and this is the card. It is a song card. It is the song Our Time to Go by State Champs. Now I will have a link in the description to the lyric video, but I recommend that you listen to there's a lot of cards, all the other cards that I have to pull with this. And I will be showing the lyrics, some of the lyrics, and going through the messages that I got with this song. I'm just gonna put that right in front, like that. All right, so the first, oh my gosh. And when I started pulling the tarot cards, I started crying too. So the first tarot card that I pulled was the World, and the word is ascension. We have the world with some wings. And the second tarot card we have is the Four of Lightnings, which is homecoming. Oh my gosh, I'm already starting getting emotional. And then the final card, our final tarot card for this set we have is the Master of Raindrops, which is emotional maturity. And I did pull clarifiers for these tarot cards as well. I used my Hungarian Gypsy tarot cards are not your traditional tarot cards, but I feel they do a wonderful job. So the first clarifier for the world, we have jealousy. And then the clarifier for Four of Lightning is fortune. And the clarifier for Master of Raindrops is widower. All right, and then I was trying to pull 2 mermaid messages, but I pulled out 3. So the first one is journey. And don't worry, I will go through and read these cards. The second card is move. Move. Literally move into the front of the camera. Sorry about that. And then the third card is generosity. Sorry about the glare on the card. I'm still trying to figure that out. All right, and then I pulled a Find Your Light card, and this one is I Am a Child. And I also pulled a Power of Surrender card. You know, Power of Surrender cards, it's hard to surrender. And I felt with grieving, it's a part of grieving. So your Power of Surrender card is surrender to the wisdom of your body. I'll put you there. All right, and then Messenger Oracle cards, we have Know Your Power and A New Day Dawns. All right, so let's get into this. Move these to the side. And we will go to the song first. Our Time to Go by State Champs. Okay. So let me pull up the song real quick on my iPad, the lyrics. All right. So basically, it starts off, never thought I'd end up here. Now this future seems so clear. I can see the world from down here. Or I can see the world down here. And the chorus beautifully says, not a second to waste. Life won't wait for you now. This is our time to go. And I want to go into the messages that I was getting as I listened to the song. You can read the lyrics and listen to the song after I'm done with this reading. So I wrote my lovely, ugly sticky notes. So I felt like they're possibly trying to give you a message, and you do need to stop and listen. They are not sure why they had to go, but it was their time. They are looking down at you. And for some of you, I feel like they do protect you, specifically at night. Possibly you could be dreaming about them a lot too. And then this lyric popped out to me. I'm walking down this road, nobody's hand to hold. And the message I got was, I am there even though you can't feel me. So I feel like almost like they may be sort of like a guardian angel to you in a way. I mean, especially, if they are there for you to protect you. I feel like this passing may have been sudden or very unexpected. Let's get into the tarot cards. Okay, so the World, Ascension. Particularly for this reading, usually, you have the Death card that represents death, but I feel like this card within this reading is representing death itself, and them They had to go. It was their time to go. They served their purpose on this earth, even if it was too soon or too early for them. Sorry, I'm getting emotional already. And we have the Four of Lightning's homecoming. It was meant to happen. Wiping my tears. And the lightning bolts make me think again, it was sudden, they didn't know. Or they didn't expect it. But then we have the Master of Raindrops, which is emotional maturity. I'm so sorry that I'm crying. Mind you, I am an empath, so I feel things very strongly, especially with grief. So with emotional maturity, I feel like maybe possibly part of the reason why they had to go was to help you emotionally mature a little bit. But it's not your fault that they did have to go. Okay, and now let's go to the clarifiers. So for the world, we got jealousy. So I feel like in a way, like they did not want to go. For some of you guys, this person did not want to go. They're kind of jealous that you are still on this planet. I almost feel like this is clarifying for emotional maturity too, because although they feel this jealous behavior, this is kind of being like selfless and letting what happened happen. It could be possible for one of you that you are jealous that they got to go before you. But that is, you know, it's definitely no reason to try to go so soon yourself. All right, so for the Four of Lightning, with homecoming, we have fortune. So I feel like this is just clarifying that it is meant to happen. Good things, a lot of good things have come from their passing. And for some reason, I am getting, like, for a few of you, it may have been a car crash or something. Or, like, a sudden maybe passing in their sleep. And if they're an organ donor, I feel like, you know, that their body has gone to good hearts and good people. A lot of good has come from their passing, even though they did not want to go. They really didn't. But they knew it was their time to go. They accepted it. Even though they're a little jealous, they do accept it. And they're there for you. Alright. I'm gonna be crying this whole reading. I'm so sorry. It's a good thing you guys can't see my face. Alright. So, for the clarifier for emotional maturity, we have the widower. Very, very ironic that it comes out with the widower just for a grieving reading. But I feel like, you know, with this the widower card usually represents like retreat and solitude and stuff. And I feel like they had to pass so you could emotionally mature in some way. There was some sort of lesson that you needed to learn. I feel like you might have been very dependent on them in a certain area. And while they were still here, you weren't able to learn. And again, do not be ashamed. Like, don't blame yourself for them passing, because I feel like this is not just you. This is a lot of people. With almost every death, it does affect a lot of people. And usually within good due process, it does bring regrowth as well. Rebirth to a person. Alright, so let's go to the mermaid cards. So the first one is journey. Half the treasure is the journey on the path to finding it. So what I'm getting from this card is that there's some treasures. I'm feeling like if you listen, if you treat some, you and really reflect and look back on it, you'll see just how much they've blessed your life. And with journey, I feel like their passing was to help you with your journey. And then we have move. Barnacles only grow on docked ships. So for some of you, you may be stagnant right now. Like not sure what to do, how to move on. But this is telling you that it is okay to move on. It is okay to move, basically, from their passing. It's okay to grieve. It is okay to miss them. But definitely some sort of movement needs to be happening. I feel like it's with this Master of Raindrops, with the emotional maturity, there are some lessons that you need to learn that you haven't learned yet, and it's because I feel like you haven't really sat there and looked at them. And then we have generosity. What good is treasure if you keep it for yourself? Oh, we have treasure again. So that's interesting, though. We have the open treasure chest, and then it's closed. So I'm wondering if maybe for some of you, maybe if they taught you something and you're kind of closing yourself off and not really doing anything with it, you need to open up and share that with people. Possibly share your message. Ooh, even better, share your messages of the growth that you've learned from their passing, because I feel like there is a lot of people who could benefit and learn from whatever it is that you discover about yourself and their passing. Wow, yeah. I definitely I'm feeling that very strongly. Do not be afraid to share, your grief and what you've been through. It is okay to grieve, and it is okay to share with others, just how grief, it's a heavy thing, but it's so heavy in the way that it can change your life for the better or for the worst. You decide. That's the key thing with grief. All right, so for your Find Your Light, we have I Am a Child. I feel like this card is maybe a specific message for some of you. If you do believe in reincarnation, possibly they've already moved on to their next life and they are helping other people in whatever way that they can. But then again, I do feel like for some of you, they're not there yet. you do believe in reincarnation. They're still working on some things. And they're still looking over you. But the I am a child card, possible that you do need to reflect more on your childhood. Some of you, it may be, maybe you have children. Maybe they kind of remind you of the person that passed away. But I just feel this innocence and this rebirth. Possibly almost look at this passing with like a child's like mindset and try to learn from it. Yeah. All right, so the power of surrender. This card I really think is key. So surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. This card, when it popped out, I was dumbfounded. So basically, I feel like you've kind of, for some of you may have blocked off these emotions and are trying to just ignore them, but you need to listen. You need to take that quiet time to relax, to reflect, retreat, and listen to the messages that come to you. But also key, if you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. So do take it easy. Especially if you're still grieving, do not try to jump forward too fast. Only jump forward if you're energized and happy. Let the grief sit within you, but don't let it sit too long. Alright, and then your messenger oracle, we have know your power. Again, I feel like for some of you, this story, I feel like there's a story that needs to be told, and it is powerful. Oh my gosh, you know what I just noticed? 21 for the world and 21 on this card. So 21 may be a significant number to one of you guys. Sorry about that. 21 happens to be my lucky number as well. This reading's actually eerily speaking to the situation I went through. Anyways, back to the card. So, know your power. Don't be afraid to share your messages. From what you learned, don't be afraid to, if you're really having a hard day, don't be afraid to reach out to other people too and just be like, hey, I'm having a really hard day. Is it okay if I just come over, cry, and eat ice cream while we watch The Bachelor, you know? Sorry, but yeah, or whatever show you like. I cracked myself up. Anyways, but definitely know your power, because I feel like there could be people that look up to you, and you sort of, you have a way to trudge forward. Some, like with the horse, I think of charging forward, and I almost feel like others, like if they know of the passing, they kind of see you trudging forward, but they haven't really seen you, get emotional about this. So I feel like some people may be worried for you as well. And then last but not least, oh gosh, this just ended it beautifully. A new day dawns. So I feel like this message, it really, really does tie it all together very well, in the sense that be grateful for every day that you're living on. I feel like they want you to be grateful for every day that you are living, and I feel like they want you to live your truth and share your message. I feel like they are so grateful for you, because I feel like you are a very special person to them. They are proud of you. They are. And I feel like you may be trying to be too strong at times, so you need to have that childlike mentality and open yourself up to learning about this, to learning about why they're not here, or what you can learn from them not being here. And be generous. Enjoy the journey. Move. I feel like you need to move forward. There's just so much forward motion in this. I mean, we have it with the horse over here. We have it with the move card. We have it, a new day dawns. There is so much forward motion. So don't be afraid. Whew. Alright. So I want to go back to the song Our Time to Go by State Champs. I feel like this song, it very well fit with this, and I just want to reiterate the messages that I got from the song, that they are trying to give you messages, and you really do need to stop and listen. They are not sure why they had to go, but it was their time. They are looking down at you. They do protect you, especially at night. I'm walking down this road. Nobody's hand to hold. I am there even though you can't feel me. Alright, well, I hope that this reading resonated with you. I am very sorry for your loss. But there is so much growth for you. I'm excited for you. Don't be afraid to grow. Alright, I love you all so much, and thank you so much for watching. We will see you in a much happier video next time. Okay, love you. Bye. Alright, group 2, if you chose the Malachite, these messages are for you. Alright, let's get into them. I can't speak today. Lots of messages wanting to come through, apparently. Anyways, these messages are for you. If you are grieving or have lost somebody, and you're looking for some sort of messages, then these messages hopefully pertain to you. Alright, so to start off, the first song, or the song that I pulled for this reading is This Is Gospel by Panic at the Disco. And I will get into the lyrics, and I listen to the song, and I get messages from them as well. So we'll get into that, and I do have the lyric video linked in the comments as well. Alright, and then the first tarot card we have is the Hermit. Seek truth. The second tarot card we have is the Ten of Gems. Legacy. The third tarot card we have is the Fool. Take the leap. And I pulled clarifiers for these cards. So we have hope for the Hermit. We have letter for the 10 of Gems. And we have House for the Fool. All right, for your Mermaid messages, we have Choose Wisely. And I will go and read these cards, the little underneath. And then we have Ambition. Sorry about the sirens in the background. All right, and then for your Find Your Light, we have I Feel Grateful. And for your Power of Surrender card, we have Surrender to Inner Peace. And I actually got 3 Messenger Oracle cards. So the first one I got is Time to Reflect, Seek the Lesson, and Observe in Silence. All right, let's get into the song lyrics. So, this is Gospel by Panic at the Disco. Let me pull up the lyrics. All right. Now, weirdly enough, this is a song my best friend passed away, and this song came up in my head a lot. So I started crying when I saw this card. Anyways, basically, this song, it starts off with a lot of religious texts and sayings, so that may relate to some of you in a religious aspect, if they were religious or something, or maybe you need to, get more in touch with whatever belief you have. But the lyrics that stick out the most is, if you love me, let me go, and the fear of falling apart. It's repeated a lot within this song. And certain messages, they were coming up to me. They're different, because my last reading I got this song, but it was a different reading. It was actually a love reading, surprisingly. But I got totally different messages from this song listening to it. So the first thing that came to my head was possibly murdered, or like this death, like it wasn't at the cause of themselves or anything. I don't know, that could be very oddly specific to one of you. And again, let me go. You will not fall apart. That's a message that I heard, just from the 2 lyrics. If you love me, let me go, and the fear of falling apart. Because I feel like they want you to know, if you do let them go, you will not fall apart. You are strong by yourself. And the line, it's in the beat of my heart, stuck out to me. It's in the beat of my heart. It could be speaking to your heart. Won't give up without a fight. I'm not sure how that resonates for some of you, but that's a phrase that popped into my head. And again, I feel like there's some mystery to this death. Could have been like a mysterious illness, or just, there's an air of mystery that I'm feeling. Pieces of broken memories. This is kind of telling me that not all the facts are straight. Again, mystery. And then it is time. I don't know what it means, what it is time, but it is time. Take that as it resonates. And then the phrase that's that stuck out to me. Truth be told, I was never yours. I had to go. Time was up. So I'm not sure. I don't know what the situation is with the passing. This is a general reading, so a lot of different messages could be coming out. But these are all the messages that I got from listening to This Is Gospel by Panic at the Disco for this reading. Alright, let's get into the tarot cards. So, first tarot card we have is the Hermit. Seek truth. So, for some of you, I do feel like this may have been, you know, their death may have not been at their hands, and there's some truth to be sought. For other people, I feel like there's some sort of unfinished business with their death. Alright, and then we have the Ten of Gems, which is legacy. This is like the Ten of Pentacles, and I find it interesting that they use a tree because I think of family trees, so this person could have been a family member. Possibly oddly specific. Maybe if it was a mysterious illness, possibly look into, get one of those 23andMe DNA tests and see, you know, for yourself if you are prone to certain diseases, and maybe possibly, you know, just a message to pay attention to your own health, to see if, you know, you might go randomly like they will. Don't mean to laugh at that. Sorry. But I'm feeling a lot of family vibes. I feel like there's some sort of something with your legacy relating to this, is specifically for one of you guys. And then we have the Fool. Take the leap. So I feel like this message, I feel like there's something that you've been thinking about doing for a long time, but you're overthinking it a little bit. But I feel like this is telling you that you do need to take a leap of faith. Yeah. Kind of have that full aspect, that not full aspect, that full mindset, like jumping into things, not knowing what the outcome will be. Could be good, it could be bad. Either way, you'll learn from it. There's nothing wrong with learning. Alright, so for the clarifiers, so for the Hermit, seek truth, we have hope. So I do see some hope within this truth that you need to be seeking or are currently seeking. There are some messages to come. The ship has not sailed, because it looks like the ship is going back into the land. At least to me it does. Or no, it's going out. Never mind. Kidding. But, you know, it's however you interpret it. You could see it coming into land. However you interpret it. That's not going to make sense to you. But she also has this, it looks like an anchor that she's holding on to. So, try to anchor onto whatever little truths that you do get. They're little seedlets of hope. So hold on to those things. Don't forget about them. In fact, I recommend writing them down. Just little lessons you may learn from this person. And then the clarifier for legacy, we have letter, and that's making me think of that DNA kit that I mentioned before, 23andMe. So I feel like there are some messages within your legacy, within your family, For some of you, there are answers there. So possibly you need to reach out more to your family. Talk to them about this. Don't be afraid of talking to them. And then we have, for the clarifier for the Fool, we have House. Now, this card represents like the settling of a home. It's like settling down. So for some of you, maybe you've been wondering, you know, if it's time for you to settle down. And it's be clarifying that it is okay for you to settle down. Or maybe off the bat, weirdly specific, there's a home that you might have inherited or something. Take the leap of faith with it. Don't be afraid. Yeah, don't be afraid to take the leap, because I feel like whatever you do, this is, it's gonna end up very good. You're gonna learn something, and there's gonna be some sort of good result I see from this with the home or the house, from whatever leap you take. All right, so for your mermaid messages, it's interesting. We have choose wisely, be discerning. You don't have to keep everything in your net. So with the take a leap of faith, I feel like that in a way kind of connects, because I feel like there's a decision that you need to make currently and you're not totally sure at the moment. You know what I noticed is with this anchor over here and then this hook, they're both kind of like hooks. So I feel like this also could be over here with the Hermit and Seeking Truth, hooking on to certain little truths that you do find. But you don't have to collect onto everything. Take the little truths as they resonate. That's the message that I'm getting from this card. All right, and then we have ambition. Set your sights beyond, set your sights beyond the horizon. So we have the telescope here, looking outward. So you may be kind of looking very surfacely at this right now, and I feel like they're telling you that you need to kind of expand your horizon and think a little more about this. Like, think outside of the box about this. All right. So for your Find Your Light card, we have I Feel Grateful. So I feel like the message for you here is that they are grateful for the time that they had with you. Plain and simple. They're grateful for everything that you do and have been doing. I feel like they do keep an eye out on you. And they are proud of everything that you do. Good or bad. They're proud of you. I feel like they're almost giving you a high five here or something, even though she's just touching his little mouthy. And it could possibly be that you need to be a little bit more grateful for just different things within your life too, for some of you. All right, then for the Power Surrender card, we have Surrender to Inner Peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. So I feel like there's something you might be obsessing over. Especially because I felt this huge mystery here. I feel like you may be obsessing over it a little too much. So I do feel like you need to kind of lean back a little bit. But also, it looks like this girl is taking the leap of faith here. So, I almost feel like don't be afraid to spread your wings like this bird, like she's doing. Whether it is to try something new or to new information, new possibilities. But either way, I feel like there's been some chaos. There's been mystery. But you need to take time to yourself. So I recommend highly, getting to a quiet place or taking a hike within the forest or something, or just even just taking a bath and complete silence and just listening to the messages that come to you. Yeah. So I feel like you're focused on a lot of things right now, and you're kind of neglecting that inner peace that you should be having. All right, so the oracle cards. So Messenger Oracle, time to reflect. Again, like I said, it's time to reflect. You've been so focused on a lot of different things, and they want you to reflect. There's something that you need to reflect on. It could be possibly, why they passed away or how they passed away. Or what you could possibly learn from them passing away. Oh my gosh, and then we have seek the lesson. As soon as I said that, seek the lesson. So seek what you can learn from this. And do be trying to look out for those little clues. That DNA test keeps popping into my head. For one of you, this could possibly be something congenital. So, definitely do look into that. And if you already have, re-look into it. I'm not a doctor though, so don't quote me. Alright, and then we have observe in silence. Again, that retreating, you've yet to do some sort of retreat. And I almost feel like, with this fox nature, how it's like sly and cunning, like maybe make a comment or something and then just sit back and watch other people and see what happens, sort of a deal. Like maybe saying, what if it was this, and then see what other people say about it. Because I feel like, again, there's questions. There's a lot of questions with this passing. There's mystery. Very different from my last reading, too. Well, it's interesting. The last reading, it was the person who passed away, they didn't know why. But I feel like this person knows why. But you have no idea. You have no idea why. So the tables have turned. If you are watching all three of these, the tables have turned. But yeah. Anyways, so I want to reiterate to This Is Gospel by Panic at the Disco. We'll look again at the messages that I got while listening to the song. So I have murder with a question mark. So that possibly this could have been a murder for some of you, not all of you. Yeah. And then we have let me go, you will not fall apart. Yeah, I feel like if you do take that leap of faith, you will not fall apart, just like a house. I mean, there may be earthquakes and stuff or floods, but it's going to take a very strong, powerful force to make you break down. So do not be afraid to let go of whatever it is. There's something you need to let go of, though. And this is in the beat of my heart. I think that really resonates with the surrender to the inner peace. You need to really listen to your heart, because I feel like there may be something that your heart is trying to tell you. Gosh, I keep thinking with that DNA test, one of you guys, there's something you got to figure out here. And I'm not a doctor. This is just a feeling that I'm getting from these cards and song. Weird. I won't give up without a fight. It could be you, or it could be them. There's some sort of fight. But don't give up. Alright, and then, again, there's mystery to the death. Some sort of mystery. And if there's no mystery to this death, then, you know, this could, you know, could possibly be, this could pertain to you completely or not completely. You can always choose another pile and take it as it resonates, sort of a deal. And then pieces of broken memories. So, pieces of broken memories. For some reason, it makes me think of, for some of you, with if there's a murder, to look into the past, into the history of what might have happened or how this might have happened. And it is time. I'm not sure what it's time for, but it is time. Oh, it could be it's time to take a leap of faith. Alright, and then the lyric that stood out to me. Truth be told, I never was yours. I had to go. My time was up. I feel like you don't need to beat yourself up about it. About them being gone. Because it was their time. And I feel like there was nothing you could do to prevent that either. Don't feel guilty. If you are feeling guilt, don't feel guilty, because it was their time. Alright, well, I hope that this reading resonated with at least one of you, if not all of you. Again, this is a general reading. If it did not resonate with you, you could always watch other piles within this video. I felt like there were some very oddly specific messages. But yeah, if this reading helped you at all or any way, let me know in the comments below. That'd be great. And I hope that you guys have a beautiful, wonderful morning, night, day, whenever it is. Love you all so much. We'll see you next time. Okay, bye. Alright, pile 3. If you chose the, or group 3, if you chose the Amethyst, this message is for you. Message is for if you are grieving or currently going through some grief or lost somebody and you're looking for some sort of messages. Alright, so the first card that I drew is a song card, and it is the song Castle on a Hill by Ed Sheeran. Now we will go through the lyrics, and I did listen to the song and I wrote down messages that I felt while I was listening to that song. So I will get into that after I show you the other cards that I pulled. So the first card that I pulled is the Master of Gems, which is Wealth. Second card I pulled is the Two of Lightning, Planning. The third card I pulled is the Apprentice of Lightning, Adventure. And then I pulled clarifiers for all these cards. First one I pulled for Master of Gems is Baby. For Two of Lightnings, I pulled Message. And for the Apprentice of Lightning, I pulled Lover. And then for your mermaid messages, we have Safety. And I'll go through and read these, don't worry. And I also pulled Travel. For your Find Your Light, we have I Am Beautiful. For your Power of Surrender, we have Surrender to Your Full Power. And then for your Messenger Oracle cards, we have Be Patient and Embrace Spirit. Alright, so let's get into the song. So let me pull up the lyrics. Castle on the Hill by Ed Sheeran. Alright, so basically this song, he goes through his childhood, talking about, you know, different things that he went through, his first kiss, breaking his leg, and then he's talking about going back home, and seeing, you know, where all the people in his life have been and what they're doing now. And I will link the lyric video below if you want to watch and listen to it. But the messages that I got from this song, I got legacy, long or short life. They could have lived a long or a short life. Finally going home. I feel like it might have been a long time coming for some of them. Learn from their past. Learn from their story. I felt that. There is a possible rebirth. Could be for you, just learning something from their passing and being kind of reborn from it. Or if you believe in reincarnation, I feel like they have passed on in that way. Then we have, they do miss you. I felt that they really do miss you. And look at pictures, because I feel like you kind of might have been avoiding it. But it's okay to look at pictures. It's okay to dwell on it, because they do miss you. I feel that strongly for some of you. Oh yeah, and then we have Born Again. So Fossil Reaver, Born Again. Family Passed On is okay. Oh yeah, I feel like they are telling you that, you know, other family members that have passed on with them, that they preceded, they are okay. They're that's just them letting you know they're doing okay. And I will not forget you. You're a memorable person to them. They will not forget you. And then we have Journey. Journey, this life could be a journey. So some sort of journey that just came out to me, that stuck out to me. Anyways, we'll get back to the song towards the end of the reading. Let's get into the tarot cards. Alright, so we have the Master of Gems, which is wealth. So I feel like this could be like a wealth of knowledge that you could have learned from their legacy, from their life. Or it may blatantly be you inherited something from them. You come up a little financially. But I feel like this is more like a wealth of knowledge. Like maybe you got their old journal or something, and I feel like you need to possibly delve into that. And then we have the Two of Lightning. Which this one is planning. So some sort of planning. needs to be done here. Take it as it resonates. There's a map. It looks like blueprints. And the Two of Lightning makes me think that you need to come together with somebody to make some plans, too. And then we have the Apprentice of Lightning, which is adventure. So I'm feeling like maybe there's something new coming up that you need to explore or need to open yourself up to. Or don't be afraid to adventure too. Maybe the person that you're thinking of that passed on was very adventurous. And I feel like this could be to them telling you, don't be afraid to adventure. Don't be afraid to just go out there and get lost, but actually go out there with a plan. Plan it a little bit. Don't be so reckless, you know. At least have a GPS with you. But I feel like that's kind of like I feel like this is an older person that passed on for some of you, and they're kind of like, you know, be a little reckless, but don't be too reckless, you know, plan it a little bit. Kind of the deal. Anyways, let's go into the clarifier cards. So we have Baby, and that is for the Master of Gems, which is wealth. So the Baby tells me of something new beginning, a new rebirth, or just a new cycle, a new life. So with the Master of Gems, it could be new knowledge, it could be maybe you started a new job or something. I feel like they might have had a hand in that too. Like this they had some sort of hand in you beginning this new journey. And just journey is what I'm seeing here. Journey, legacy. And I just feel a very old spirit. Like, I feel like this person lived a very full life. And it could possibly be a young person, too. They could be wanting you to live that life that they wish they could have lived. Anyways, so for the Two of Lightning clarifier, we have message. So this message, we have money here. We also have literal letters. He's spilling the money, spilling the wealth, letting messages come to Earth. Looks like he's flying above. And how that relates to planning, I feel like you need to come together with somebody, and I feel like that the messages will come once you do. There's somebody that you need to get together with. Ooh. And we got the Lover card too. Oh my gosh. Sorry, getting a little ahead of myself, but Prince of Lightning with the Lover. This card, I usually don't shuffle it in because I use this as more as like a representative of a person card. So I was very pleasantly surprised when the Lover popped up. Possibly this could weirdly be a love interest, or a new beginning in love, or just a new spark within your relationship that you already have. I feel like there is some sort of new beginning, and they've had a hand in it. Like, I feel like they have their, like, this hand right here in this card. They have this hand, this lightning bolt, like Cupid's arrow, go into this person. That's just clarifying it for me. This new adventure, and it's with some sort of, it could be love, it could be friendship. But this there's this new person that's coming into your life. You may have just met them, you may not know them, but there's this new journey that you're about to go on. I feel that very strongly. It's really exciting. I did not expect to get a love message within a grieving video, but you know, sometimes you never know what you get, and maybe you've kind of been down, like, you know, I haven't found love lately, but yet I'm kind of grieving, so I guess I'm gonna watch a grieving video. I don't know. Anyways, let's go to the mermaid messages. So we have safety. Don't be too proud to go back to the shore. This is kind of telling me, don't be afraid to, you know, definitely step out of your comfort zone. I'm also getting the message that don't be afraid to talk to your family about it as well. Take it as it resonates. You could have some pride. Let's go to the next message. Okay. And then we have travel. That makes more sense. So, seeing the surface of the ocean is not the same as diving deep to see the coral. So, just like this, you know, don't be too proud to go back to the shore, and don't be afraid to dive too deep. So, I feel like either way you try to go with this new adventure, don't be afraid to go back home if it does not work out, because I feel like there's safety within your home, wherever your home might be. And when I say home, I'm kind of saying like a safe place, where you feel the safest. So let's say this new lover doesn't work out. You don't be afraid to travel back to your origin and where you used to be. But yeah, there's travel, there's adventure here. I just see a lifetime here. It's quite beautiful. I'm very surprised with the cards that popped out, especially pertaining to the song too. It is insane things that come out sometime. All right, so your Find Your Light card. We have I Am Beautiful. So this could be a very particular message to some of you. I feel like whoever it is that passed on, I feel like they are telling you that you are beautiful. And anything that you do or decide to do with your life is beautiful. Don't be afraid to reflect on that beauty too. See how she's holding a mirror right there? Don't be afraid to reflect a little bit. And I feel like you can see the beauty too. You can see the beauty in different things. See the beauty in life. All these plants is making me think of life around this window. But yeah, that's interesting that there's a window, but she's looking at herself. Interesting. For some of you, you could be very caught up in yourself right now, and you need to look out the window and, you know, maybe shift your focuses a little bit. That's just some of you. You know, take it as a resonance. All right, and then your Power Surrender card. We have surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step in to your full power rather than playing it small, safe or small. So I feel like you probably have been playing it safe lately, and I feel like this is the message from them is don't be afraid to be like this lion, be brave and strong and loud and go off and do these adventures. Try new things. Don't be afraid, because you are a very, very powerful person. This card is telling me you're a very powerful person, but you're holding yourself back. And I feel like they're telling you, don't hold yourself back. You're a beautiful person. You're doing great. What are you doing? Interesting. Okay, Messenger Oracle, we have be patient. So that's telling me with this if it's a lover, you gotta be patient, because they might not be the first person that pops up. But I feel like they had a hand in it. But there needs to be some patience. Some patience and planning as well. Like, don't just go off spontaneously on a trip by yourself or something. You gotta kind of plan it out. So be patient. And then we have embrace spirit. This is telling me, for some of you, I feel like you've been kind of just turning a blind eye to messages that you have been receiving from spirits, or messages that you've been hearing within your heart. And this is telling you that you need to embrace them, because I feel like those things that those impressions you've been feeling, they're good impressions, and they're meant to help you. Yeah. Okay. Are there any other messages here? I just keep thinking. This is very interesting. We literally have new life. We have a lover. We have a journey and planning and stuff. But actually, no, I take that back. We do have safety. Don't be afraid to go back to the shore. So we have a slight hint of death, but I feel like it's more like don't be afraid to go back home, physically to your home, like not dying home. Anyways, but I see a full life here. They're wanting you to live your life. That's the message that I'm getting. And just alone with the song Castle on a Hill by Ed Sheeran. Let's go back through these messages that I got. Legacy. I feel like it's a long life. Long or short life. Finally going home. Oh my gosh, we have safety. Safety. Don't be afraid to go back to the shore. Don't be afraid to go home. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm getting so excited. It's just, this is why I love doing the songs at the beginning and talking about these, and then coming back and looking back at them, because like the messages that I get, they all make sense finally. And then learn from their past. Again, I legacy was coming to my mind. It came to my mind right there. Yeah, that makes sense. And I feel like with wealth, there's a wealth of knowledge. And then possible rebirth. We got that baby card. Possible rebirth. So there's a rebirth within you. I'm very strongly feeling that. Don't be afraid of that rebirth. They do miss you. They do love you. They do miss you. And don't be afraid to look at the pictures. And it could be possible you can learn something from looking at pictures too. You could look at a picture for an hour, then come back, 20 minutes later and see something completely new. So don't be afraid to look at pictures. And again, born again. And they want you to know that the family that's passed on is okay. I almost feel like this caught my eye, this embrace the spirit with that family's passed on. I feel like there could be messages from other family members that are trying to get to you too. So I do recommend watching the other readings within this video, because I feel like there could be other messages for you. They will not forget you. You are not forgettable to them. And then journey. Life is a journey. That phrase is coming to my head. And this person, they could have lived a very long life, or they could have lived a very short life. But either way, if they lived a long life, try to learn from their life. If they lived a short life, try to live that life that they could have lived. Travel, adventure. Don't be afraid to go out there. And even if they did live a long life, don't be afraid to go out there. I just feel this resilient spirit from this person. Yeah, this is really beautiful. I feel nothing but a happy heart and a happy spirit from this person, whoever it was. Yeah, anyways, I hope that this reading resonated with at least one of you, if not all of you. And if it didn't resonate, don't be afraid to watch the other readings within this video. And I do plan on doing future messages for the grieving videos, because, you know, I'm feeling like just 3 groups wasn't enough. So I feel like more of these videos would be helpful. Even though, if you want to hear me cry and sniffle on camera, watch the first reading. But overall, you know, this is just, it's a very happy feeling that I'm feeling from this. Anyways, I hope you guys have a beautiful, wonderful night, day, morning, whenever it is. And we'll see you all next time. Okay, bye.